It's live, Prabhuji.
Yes. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanachalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah.
It's live, Prabhuji.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Shri Gaur Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. So we have been reading Bhagavad-Gita. Okay. So we have been studying. We have studied so far till text 5. So continue today from text 6 onwards. First chapter, text number 6. युधामन्युश्च विक्रान्ता उत्तमौजाश्च वीर्यवान् सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्व एव महारथा. So we have been reading Duryodhana approaching Dronacharya and describing all the different warriors. So from text 3 to 6, these 4 verses, he is describing the warriors on the Pandavas side. So especially in the text 6, he says, here if we see, he says, Yudhamanyuscha Vikranta Uttamajascha Viryavan Saubhadro Draupadeyach Sarva Eva Maharatha. So he's mentioning 4 different names: Yudhamanyu, Uttamajas, Saubhadro, and Draupadeyasha. And he's calling all of these as Maharatha, Sarva Eva Maharatha. So let's try to perceive what is the definition of Maharatha. एकोदश सहस्राणि योधयेद्यस्तु धन्विनं शस्त्रशास्त्र प्रवीणश्च महारथ इति स्मृता अमितं योधयेद्यस्तु संप्रोक्तो तीर्थस्तु सा चैकेन यो युध्ये तन्नुन्यो अर्धरथ स्मृता. A Maharatha is one who can fight alone with 10,000 archers. Eko dasha sahasrani yodhaye yastu dhanvinam. Dhanvina means archer, one who fights with the dhanush. He's called dhanvina. So, eka dasha sahasrani. Akela, one person. Eka means akela, one person. Dasha sahasrani yodhayet. He can fight with 10,000 warriors who are fighting with, the dhanush, the archery. And not only he can fight with 10,000 people, but Shastra Shastra Parveenascha. He is expert. Pravina means expert in Shastra, the weapons, science of weapons. He's very well known to him. And Shastra as well. He's also very learned in the scriptures. Not just expert in military art. That is called Maharatha. Maharatha iti smrita. So you see, the title Maharatha was not given to anyone and everyone.
Hey, can I ask questions?
Not today. This is the reason why Bhishma Dev, before the battle of Kurukshetra was done, he was indicating everyone as either they are Maharathis, they are Atirathis, they are Rathis, or they are Ardharathis. And he referred Karna as Ardharathi. He did not say that Karna was a Maharathi. Bhishma Dev actually told Duryodhan that Karna is actually Ardharathi. So who's Ardharathi? Let's try to understand. So he says, Amitan Yoday Yastu Samprokto Atirathastasa. Who's Atirathi? An Atiratha is one who can fight with less than 10,000 warriors. So Maharathis, he can fight with 10,000 warriors, but Atirathi is one who can fight less than 10,000, but more than 1,000. You know? And Rathi is one who can fight with, sometime single person, cha ekena yo yuddhe. It's actually a mistake. Ratha is one who fights. It's actually fight with one person, akela. So a person who can fight with one warrior, he's called Rathi. And one who does less than that, he's called Ardharathi. So, actually, Bhishma Dev referred Karna as Ardharathi. And he told the reason also for that. He said because Karna is cursed. He had twofold curses. One was the curse from a Brahmana whose cow he had killed, and other was the curse from his own guru. And both the curses were in relationship to the battle. The Brahmana had cursed Karna that, you are so proud when you go on the chariot. I curse you when you'll be fighting the most crucial battle of your life. The earth will swallow the wheel of your chariot. And then his guru, Parshuram, had cursed him that when you need the science that you have learned from me, he was the disciple of, Parshuram, just like Dronacharya, just like Bhishma Dev. Bhishma Dev was also disciple of Parshuram, Lord Parshuram. But Lord Parshuram cursed Karna. Now, I curse, we'll learn that a little later when we come to discuss about Karna. But he cursed him that when you need this science that you learned from me, the science of military arts, you will forget it. And the most crucial moments of your life, you will forget it. So Bhishma Dev explained that a person who has such two severe curses in relationship to battlefield, even if he's Maharathi, he is to be regarded as the Ardharathi because he cannot even fight with one single warrior. He can get easily defeated and die. And that's exactly what will happen in the battlefield of Kurukshetra later on. So now let's try to understand who are the four different people that Duryodhana is referring. He says, Yudamanyu, Yudamanyuscha, Vikranta, Uttamajasya Viryavan. So Yudamanyu and Uttamaja, these were the two brothers. They were from Panchal family only, the family of the Drupad. Drupad was the king of Panchal. So they were also from the Panchal family, not the sons of Drupad, but they were from the same family. So Yudamanyu, he was the prince of Panchal family, and he and his brothers, both of them, they took the position on the battlefield of Kurukshetra as the bodyguard of Arjuna. In fact, Yudamanyu and Uttamaja, they were guarding the two wheels of Arjun's chariots. That was their duty, that nobody should be able to destroy Arjun's chariot, because chariot is considered one of the most crucial vehicle for especially Maharathi. So they were always guarding Arjun's chariot from both the sides, Uttamaja and Yudamanyu, they were standing always on the two sides of Arjun, guarding his chariot's wheels. Yudamanyu especially had a horse, in the battlefield. He had a horse, which was actually a wonderful animal. It looked very different in the shape, and also in the spirit, it was very different. Very special horse. And during the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Yudamanyu fought with many great warriors, especially Kritavarma, Duryodhan, Kripacharya, Chitrasena, who was actually brother of Karna, and also Ashwathama. In one of the battles with Kripacharya actually defeated him but couldn't kill him. So he was saved. But later on, Yudamanyu, he killed the Karna's brother, Chitrasena. And Yudamanyu, he died on the 18th day while sleeping, when Ashwathama actually entered into the Pandavas' camp when they were all sleeping. And that time, the Ashwathama, he killed Yudamanyu in a sleeping state. And Uttamaja was again brother of Yudamanyu. So he was also bodyguard of Arjun. He was protecting the real wheel of Arjun's chariot. They both fought against Duryodhan. Duryodhan actually, one of the days when Dronacharya, he had arranged to make Chakravyuh. And he made arrangement, Duryodhana made arrangement that Arjun was allured by some of the warriors from Duryodhana's camp. So some warrior, he went in front of Arjun and started challenging Arjun. And although they were not such a great Maharathi, he was not such a great Maharathi, he was challenging. Actually, they were two brothers. They were challenging Arjun. And when Arjun would go to fight with them, they would actually retreat. They will start going backward. So Arjun was actually just chasing them. So this was their role. They wanted to take Arjun away from the battlefield so that Dronacharya could form Chakravyuh and arrest Yudhishthira Maharaj. So with this intention, they were driving Arjun away from the battlefield. So these two brothers, Uttamaja and Yudaman, they realized, they were told by Yudhishthira Maharaj to go and inform Arjun. So they actually went behind Arjun, but on the way there was Chakravyuh. They couldn't penetrate Chakravyuh. They were trying to escape from the battlefield and just go somehow that reach Arjun. But Duryodhana, he stopped them and he fought with them. So and Uttamaja, he also fought with many great warriors like Dronacharya, Kritavarma, Angad, Duryodhan, Karna, and Kripacharya. He, on the 18th day, also accompanied the Pandavas when they went to search Duryodhan, who was actually hiding in the lake to take some rest, to recover from his wounds and injuries that he had got. And he was also, like his brother, killed by Ashwathama, in the sleeping state. Yudhishthira cremated both these brothers, after the battle of Kurukshetra was over, along with all the other warriors. Then comes Saubhadra. Saubhadra refers to son of Subhadra, and Abhimanyu. So Abhimanyu, he was son of Arjun and Subhadra. And according to Mahabharata, he was actually the incarnation of Varchas. Varchas is son of moon god, Soma. So when it was decided the battle of Kurukshetra will take place and all the demigods were actually appearing on the earth to support and assist Krishna in his pastimes and kill the demons. The demigods had also approached Soma, the moon god, and asked him his son. So Soma, he agreed to give his son on one condition, that his son will remain on the earth only for 16 years. And after 16 years, he will return back to Soma. So the demigods had agreed. Therefore, Abhimanyu, he died on the battlefield of Kurukshetra when he was 16-year-old. So actually, this also gives us a very wonderful insight that sometimes, we, feel so much morose or sorrow for somebody's passing away in the family. But here we see, this was already predestined. Abhimanyu was son of Soma, and he was supposed to go back to his father. But it was a tremendous, tragedy for the family members, especially Arjun and Subhadra and Abhimanyu's wife, Uttara. It was a great tragedy for all of them. And then, last but not the least, is Draupadi Yasha. Duryodhana says, Draupadi, the sons of Draupadi. Draupadi had 5 sons, but she was the common wife of all the 5 Pandavas. So she had one son from each Pandava. They were also known as Upa Pandavas. So from Yudhishthira, she had Pratibindya, and from Bhima, it was Sutasoma. From Arjun, she had Shrutakirti, or also known as Shrutakarma. From Nakul, it was Shatanika. And from Sahadev, it was Shrutasena. And these 5 brothers were also killed by Ashwathama when he actually had entered on the 18th day night, 18th days, after the 18th day battle on the night time. He killed these Upa Pandavas also in the sleeping state. So, in this way, the Duryodhana is describing all the warriors from the side of Pandavas. So with this, the Pandava side army, or listing the armies from the Pandava side, is completed. So now we go to text 7. So just a revision, from 3 to 6, Duryodhana is informing about the strength of Pandavas. From 7 onwards till 11th verse, he is actually describing his own army generals, and also comparing the 2 armies. So let's see text 7. What does he say? So in text 7, Duryodhana says, Asmakam tu vishishyaye tani bodh dvijottamam nayaka mama snyasya samgyam artham tam bravimite. But for your information, O best of the Brahmanas, let me tell you about the captains who are specially qualified to lead my military force. So now he is describing the warriors from his own military camp. And now text 8. Bhavan Bhishmascha Karnascha Kripascha Samitam Jayam Ashwathama Vikarnascha Somadatti Sathaivacha. There are personalities like you, Bhishma, Karna, Kripa, Ashwathama, Vikarna, and son of Somadatta called Bhurishrava, who are always victorious in battle. So now, Duryodhana starts describing the warriors from his side. So first he begins with Bhavan. Bhavan means you respected, gentlemen like you. And then he comes Bhishma. Now, although Bhishma was the best warrior, it was known, because Bhishma was the super excellent warrior in the entire battlefield of Kurukshetra, including both the armies. This was known to everyone. And yet, Duryodhana is not taking the name of Bhishma first. Not that Duryodhana does not know. Even Duryodhana knows very well. Beyond doubt, he knows that Bhishma is the best warrior. But still, he's referring to the Drona first, Bhavan, personality like you, and Bhishma, Karna, Ashwathama, and he goes further. So why does he do that? Why doesn't take Bhishma's name first? Because, first of all, Dronacharya, he is a Brahmana. And Brahmana, they very much, not that they are very much worried about the respect, but Brahmanas have to be respected more than the Kshatriya. Bhishma was the Kshatriya. And knowing well that, if I take the name of Dronacharya first, then he will feel a little inspired. So as a diplomat, he's using the word, he was first referring to, the Dronacharya and not the Bhishma. And he knew that Bhishma will not mind because Bhishma is a perfect gentleman and also a great Vaishnava. He will not mind if the Brahmana is respected before him. So therefore, he's referring to the name of Dronacharya first. So now let's see. So Bhavan, referring to Drona. So as we already discussed, a little bit about this, that Dronacharya was son of Bharadwaj. Seeing the Apsara named Ghृतचित्ती, Bharadwaj Muni, he discharged the semen, which actually fell into a leaf cup. Leaf cup is called Drona. And therefore, the child which was formed from that semen in the leaf cup was named as Drona. And Dronacharya, of course, he got his education from his father, Bharadwaj, in his ashram, They developed friendship with Drupad and later on clash. And there was enmity between Drupad and Dronacharya that we already discussed previously. And Dronacharya was one of the chief commanders of Kaurava army from the 11th day onwards. Because initially, the commander-in-chief was Bhishma, who led the army for 10 days. And 11th day, Bhishma was put on the bed of arrows. It was on the day of, Ekadashi, that Bhishma Dev was put on the bed of arrows. That's also the day of Gita Jayanti. So, from 11th day onwards, Dronacharya took over the reins of the commander-in-chief for the Kaurava army. He wanted to end the war on the 11th, 12th, and 13th day by capturing Yudhishthira Maharaj. Because Dronacharya naturally had soft corner for Pandavas as well. He did not want it that Pandavas should die on the battlefield. At the same time, he was also feeling obliged to Duryodhana, so he thought, if somehow that I capture Yudhishthira Maharaj, Yudhishthira will continue to live, and Yudhishthira will never fight again with Duryodhana, and Duryodhana also will be happy. So, therefore, he wanted to capture Yudhishthira Maharaj. But of course, by the arrangement of the Pandava army, it was not successful. And especially on the 13th day, when he formed a Chakravyuh, Abhimanyu died. Trying to penetrate and stop, Dronacharya and his whole arrangement. Abhimanyu died. And that is the night when Arjun took the vow that he will kill Jayadratha on the... And 14th day, Jayadratha was killed. And of course, Duryodhana had put all his strength to protect Jayadratha. And he had told Dronacharya that somehow that you have to protect Jayadratha till sunset. Then Arjun will enter into fire because he has taken the oath that he cannot kill Jayadratha, he will enter into fire. And Dronacharya failed even in protecting Jayadratha. So Dronacharya, he was very much insulted by Duryodhana. That also enraged Ashwatthama. There was a dispute between the Ashwatthama and Duryodhana as well because of insulting Dronacharya. And it was on the 15th day that Dronacharya was practically unstoppable. So Krishna saw that Dronacharya, he has to die because he's practically unstoppable. So Krishna made a plot to kill Dronacharya. By telling Bhimasena, he actually went to Yudhishthira Maharaj to tell him that you should go and tell Dronacharya that his son Ashwatthama is dead. And Yudhishthira Maharaj refused, saying that no, I cannot speak a lie. And Krishna knew that if Yudhishthira Maharaj went and told Dronacharya, because Dronacharya will not be able to believe, he knows that his son is Chiranjeevi. He's meant to live long life. And on the strength of astrology, he knew that my son is supposed to be long living. But if Yudhishthira Maharaj went, so he would not believe anyone. But if Yudhishthira Maharaj went, Yudhishthira's reputation was that he was, Dharmaraj. He cannot speak lies. So Dronacharya will be obliged to believe. And of course, Yudhishthira Maharaj refused to speak a lie, and Krishna had to make arrangement. He told Bhimasena to kill an elephant whose name was Ashwathama. And then he told Yudhishthira Maharaj, now you can go and tell Ashwathama is killed. And yet, Yudhishthira Maharaj went and he had to say to Dronacharya, Ashwathama is dead. He spoke this loudly that Dronacharya could hear. And then he softly spoke also, whether it's human or animal or elephant. Narova Kunjarova. I don't know whether it's a human or an elephant, which Dronacharya couldn't hear. So then Dronacharya became very much demoralized and he left his weapons and sat on the battlefield. Right in the middle of the battlefield, he sat down in Samadhi. And that is when the Drishtadimna, the son of Drupad, he took out the sword and chopped off the head of Dronacharya. Srila Prabhupada actually criticized Dronacharya and Bhishma, they both, taking side of Duryodhana on the basis of financial assistance. That was purely the one reason why Dronacharya took the side of Pandavas, as the side of Duryodhana. Because he was very much obliged, because in his financial crisisful situation, it was Maharaj Dhritarashtra who had supported him. So he felt very much obliged to Dhritarashtra Maharaj, and thus Duryodhana. On the 15th day, when he died, before that, he actually invoked Brahmastra to kill the ordinary soldiers. So rishis, the sages and demigods, they actually appeared on the battlefield and they stopped Dronacharya. They told him that, what are you doing? Why you want to use this celestial weapon to kill the ordinary soldiers? This is against the rule of the warfare. These ordinary people, they don't have any measures or means to protect themselves from this Brahmastra. You should use Brahmastra only on a person who also knows how to use Brahmastra. So then he withdrew. He stopped. He did not use the Brahmastra. But he was criticized by the sages and demigods for this. Now I think it is already 9:31, so we will continue from here next week. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask.
I see
Yes,
that he's
yes,
raising his hand.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam, Prabhu.
So I just want to add an interesting note here.
Yes, Prabhu.
This Panchala, it's I happened to go to this village in 2013, I think, 2013 or 2014. And it's a very small village. It retained its name even today. It's not Panchala. It is simply, the village is called Panchal. And I happened to assist, the Archaeological Survey of India team to do some excavation, particularly in this small village, and happened to know about the history of that village. There was an very ancient fort, but that fort is now, it's almost completely, all the bricks were taken away from that fort, and you can only see the basement of that fort. And then I happened to see the pond where King Drupada performed the yajna for begetting Draupadi. And the province is called Kuru Panchal, that particular kingdom in ancient times was called Kuru Panchal. And there is another fortified city by name Ahichatra. Ahichatra is where it, because it's a area surrounded, I mean, which had a lot of snakes. That place called the name Ahichatra. You can see ancient settlement even there as well. And the ASI team was able to discover a lot of artifacts dating back to 600 BC, 300 BC. And it's a very interesting place to go and visit. And I had the opportunity and good fortune to go and check this place. It is very close to another big town by name Farrukhabad, which is situated on the banks of river Ganga. So interested seekers can explore this city. And this particular people whom I went with, they are also doing archaeology in Indraprastha. They also did, I think, archaeology in Indraprastha, and then what was this city which Pandavas used to rule?
Hastinapur.
Hastinapur, yeah. Hastinapur, they also did some excavations in Hastinapur. They also did in Indraprastha. And I couldn't follow them after 2015 or 2016 because of money constraints. But it's a very anybody who wants to explore Mahabharata through the eyes of archaeology, they can check out with these people. Hare
Right.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I have a question.
Very
Pranam Joshua Prabhu.
good.
I wanted to learn more in detail about the two curses of Karna. You mentioned one was from Brahmana and one was from his guru, Parshuram. So I know that Parshuram cursed him that he would forget whatever he has taught at the right time when he would really need that. But the curse was it because Karna lied to him, or what kind of lie did he tell to him? Because he himself did not know the truth about his birth, right, Prabhuji? And then what had happened actually? And then the second is the curse by the Brahmana. You said, I thought it is the curse by Bhumi Devi, but I need to know properly what exactly is the reason.
Okay, so the curse from Parshuram, when Karna was in the Gurukul of, when he was serving his guru, Parshuram. So one time it so happened that in the afternoon time, Lord Parshuram wanted to take a rest. So Karna, he told the guru that, my dear Gurudev, you can put your head on my lap, use my lap as a pillow. Yeah. So Parshuram was very much happy hearing that Karna was offering his lap. So he actually slept in the lap of Karna, keeping the thigh of Karna as his pillow. He slept. And when Parshuram was sleeping that time, and Scorpio came. Now, of course, Parshuram would not, give training to anyone other than Brahmanas. That was his oath. So Karna had approached first Dronacharya, and Dronacharya had refused him, saying that I only give, training to Kshatriyas. And of course, Karna criticized Dronacharya, saying that, but you are training your son, who is not a Kshatriya, he is a Brahmana. So, and then he left, So then he heard about Parshuram, and he heard that Parshuram has taken a vow that he will only give training to Brahmanas. So he went and spoke lie to Dronacharya, Lord Parshuram, saying that he belongs to a Brahmana family. And of course, Lord Parshuram, he accepted him in the face value. And on this particular day, when Karna was sitting under the tree and Lord Parshuram was laying in his lap, keeping his head in the lap of Karna, and Scorpio came. And Scorpio started stinking and biting and practically sucking the blood from Karna. Now, Karna, he knew that if, I scream or move or anyway, even, little bit, shake my leg, my guru's sleep will be disturbed. So because he's a Kshatriya, he could tolerate the pain. The Kshatriyas have a body which is very conducive because they can, on the battlefield, they can have the arrows or even the daggers going around their body, through their body, and still they can continue fighting. So they have tolerance, a lot of tolerance. So similarly, Karna had a lot of tolerance because he was Kshatriya. So he could tolerate, and when the blood actually started spreading around and touched the Parshuram and his sleep broke, and he saw Scorpio, he just threw the Scorpio away. And then he looked at Karna's leg, which was, so much blood had come out. So naturally, the Guru should be pleased that, oh, my disciple was so much concerned about me. But Lord Parshuram, he became extremely angry. He said, Karna, tell me truthfully, who are you? Because the Brahmana cannot have this kind of tolerance. When Scorpio is biting you and you simply sit silently, you are tolerating pain for such a long time because all the blood had spread all around. So you cannot be Brahmana. This is not the quality of Brahmana. You are a Kshatriya. And that time, Karna actually honestly told his guru that actually I am belong to Suta family. I am a son of Suta. So Parshuram got even more angry. He said, you are again lying. You are again telling a lie. Of course, this time Karna was actually honest. He didn't know. But Lord Parshuram by now was extremely angry. He said, you are again telling me a lie. You cannot be anything other than Kshatriya. Only Kshatriyas have this kind of tolerance. So Parshuram was very angry and he said, because you have tricked me, speaking lie that you are a Brahmana and taken education from me, I curse you on this day. When the Vidya, the knowledge that you acquired from me, when you need it most, you will forget it. The most crucial battle of your life, you will forget this knowledge. So, that was the one curse. Another time when Karna, he was favored by Duryodhana and he was, going around conquering different places. One day on the chariot, he was actually chasing or hunting some animals, and his arrow, by mistake, instead of hitting the animal, went and hit a cow, which belonged to a Brahmana, and cow died. So the Brahmana was very angry. He told Karna that what kind of Kshatriya you are? You sit on the chariot and you kill a cow? So I curse you, because sitting on the chariot, you become so proud and puffed up. You think that, you can kill the innocent cow or animals. Therefore, I curse you the day you will be having the most crucial battle of your life. The earth will swallow away the chariot wheel. So these are the two curses which Karna received in relationship to battlefield. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji. I heard one more story from my family recently, where I think some boy is carrying some kind of oil or something, or for Karna's fault or something.
So
Suraj, Suraj want to tell.
yes, so there was a little girl who was well, it wasn't oil. I think it was ghee, but anyways, um, there was a little girl who was carrying ghee from one place to another, and I think one village to some other place, and then because of Karna's chariot, the pot fell down and broke, and all the ghee went in the soil. And then I think
The girl insisted to get
Yeah.
the same ghee.
yeah, she was really mad, and when Karna said, "I'll get you another pot of ghee," she said, "No, I want the same ghee," and she kept being consistent in her
Demand that he
demanding
wants the
on-
same one,
she
and
wants the same ghee.
and Karna squeezes the earth that very hard, and tries to extract
Try-
that,
Yeah, he tries to
extract
take
the
out
ghee out
all
of
the ghee from the dirt by squeezing it, and then Mother Earth gets very mad and then curses him.
I don't know how bona fide is this, but I heard from them.
I spoke.
I never heard that. Anyway, thank you very much, Suraj, for sharing.
Oh,
Thank
that
you,
was
Prabhu.
in the Telugu movie also. That same story where Karna squeezes Mother Earth to extract the ghee for that little girl.
Could be. Thank you very much for the body. I think we'll stop here.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, just a minute Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam Jai Shri Prabhupada.